Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Cancer for September 2010. And this also applies if you have a Cancer ascendant. So my Cancerians, this is a month for studying, for learning new things, and also a big focus on your home, your family, your environment, and also on your creativity and your career. These are going to be the big areas that are going to come under the spotlight for you this month. Also, I think we need to be aware of the fact that we've got this cardinal climax going on. I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but this is a huge astrological configuration that's been going on since really the end of 2008. But we're right in the middle of it really hotting up now in 2010, August, September, and it's with us really till 2012 and beyond. But particularly for you Cancerians, you are the pivotal point in what's known as this cardinal climax. So many of you are feeling as though your life is just getting buffeted around. You don't know where you're up to. One minute you're feeling up and everything's moving forward in a direction that seems clear, and the next minute it's falling apart and you're not sure which direction you're going in. There's also a pull between your freedom, wanting to break out of all old structures that have been really holding you in and holding you stuck, and yet at the same time being responsible, not letting go of your responsibilities, and also maybe not being willing to go a little more with the flow rather than just having to keep things as they are because you feel safe. I know Cancerians, your security is a big, deep thing within you, but you're going to have to trust much more of your intuition during these times, much more of that intuitive voice rather than the logical voice, which is constantly trying to work it all out and maybe isn't in fact coming up with too many answers at the moment. So trust that intuitive voice within you. We've got Mercury retrograde until the 11th, 12th of the month. So before the 12th of the month, try not to sign any leases, any important documents, anything going for new job interviews, anything like that, buying new computers, installing new software. Try and wait until the 12th of the month before you take all these actions, because you may just find with a Mercury retrograde that you just get frustrated, that things don't quite work out as you anticipate. Very often you have to repeat things that you've already started and do them again, and you feel as though there's just been a lot of wasted energy. However, it's a wonderful month for studying, for learning anything new, for communicating, for networking, for getting a message across. It's going to be a month where there's a great deal of focus on your home and your family and your security. Many of you may find that you are moving home, changing your home surroundings. You may find that you feel quite alone. You feel as though you're the one having to do everything. Sometimes that is the martyr to you as well, but there is a feeling of having to take on extra responsibilities connected with your home. You may also find that you haven't got as much spare money as you had at one time. You're really just living on the edge. Money's coming in, but only just, and you're having to be very careful. You will have to be careful with money this month, Cancerians. Quite frugal, quite careful. Try not to make it feel as though you're being too stingy with yourself, but really look at the difference between what you want and what you really need, and make sure you know the difference between the two. It's certainly going to be a time for putting energy into your home, for enjoying being home. At the end of the month, we've got Saturn conjunct the Sun in your 4th house of home. So this could mean more responsibilities that you take on in the home. It could also mean that you find yourself having to take care of somebody older than you in the home or the family situation. We've got Venus and Mars after about the 15th of the month together in your 5th house of creativity. Cancerians, you're incredibly creative, but this is a time to have fun, to play, to do something that you really enjoy. Also a good time for romance, for meeting somebody really special. For those of you who are looking to meet somebody, particularly the second half of the month, will be a good time to do that. Also, we've got Pluto in your house of relationship. This is an ongoing thing. Many of you are learning some deep and heavy lessons connected with relationships. You are feeling as though you've had to go to some real depths, and you're doing a lot of soul searching and looking within. There'll also be a great deal of looking within for you this month, Cancerians. We've got Jupiter retrograding into your 9th house. So you might be traveling. You might be doing some new travel plans. Also, you may be looking into some higher learning. A lot of learning for you this month. So it could be studying, could be teaching, could be publishing a book. All these areas will come under focus for you this month. As well, there'll be a big push out to your career and the pull to the home and the safety. So taking risks and going out in your career, and at the same time wanting to create that safety. Make sure you're not holding on too much for grim death on the safety area, and that's impeding you taking opportunities that are really knocking at your door, connected with your work and your career and a new direction in your life. So there you have it, Cancerians. That's your month ahead. Thank you to so many of you who've sent in your questions. My one question, where you can ask a question for $25 and I will answer it in an email of up to 150 words. Good example of a question might be, I've just met somebody and I feel really attracted to them. If I give you their date of birth, would you be able to tell me whether we're compatible or not? Yes, astrology can answer questions like that. So keep your questions coming. Also, I've done a CD on the cardinal climax. We are in the middle of this cardinal climax. You Cancerians are a cardinal sign. You're going to be greatly affected by this, particularly up till 2012. The CD is $5 that you can download. You also may want to ask a question about this. I've also done a video about this cardinal climax as well for you to listen to. And you may want to find out how this cardinal climax is going to affect you in your life. It's going to affect all of us in one way or another. So please don't hesitate to get in touch. You might want an in-depth reading, and just send me an email and get in touch. Thank you so much for listening.